Hola, Sabrina here, and welcome to video number 3. And I'm so excited that I already have some questions from you from the video number 1 and number 2, and I want to share it with you today. And I think it is so just fitting into the topic today. So that is just great. The first question was about this, why we are not always manifesting the things that we want. And I think a lot of people can relate to that. And the things that is really important to be aware of, that we are always manifesting what we are. We are always getting more of who we are in this moment. And that is also the topic for today, which is the number 3 in the PDF, that you will always only experience the version of the world that you are. And here we have to be aware of everything is our own creation. When we are talking about we are in our own bubble and everything is in the now, we really need to know that the person, the version of us, the inner story we are choosing to be right now is always a reflection in the outer world. That is what we are. We are tuning into that version we prefer to be. But not always are we doing it consciously. So that is why we often are not getting what we want, because we are thinking, oh, I want these things. But we have a totally other story inside of us. We have a totally other story we maybe are unaware of. But the more we are practicing, the more we're being aware, the more we are being detached from the outer world, and the more aligned and aware we are of what is going on inside of us, the more we can see and be aware of what story there is not benefiting us anymore, or what belief we are carrying around. So when we are more aware of that, then we can in every moment choose, and we can do it without being aware. We can choose in every moment the person we want to be, the version of us we want to be. We can do it in every moment. That is our power. But when we know how it all works together, it is so much more fun that we know that we are source. We know that we can consciously manifest all the things that we want. But it's all about knowing who we are and knowing how we are functioning and how the universe around us is working. And one of the things that is very good to know and an easy way to see it and look at it is that everything is already here. We are not manifesting something outside of us that we are attracting into us, because that is the way we have learned about so much separation, that we are separate from the things that we want. But when we really know that we are source, we are the creator in our creator bubble, just like a simulation, we are creating it all. Everything that we choose in that simulation is what we will see out here. That is what we are choosing, what we are tuning into, because everything is here. Just look at it just like a game where everything is already here. All the different character and all the different scene are already made. But we choose in all the time what version, what avatar we are choosing to be. And that is the same way we are living in this simulation. And that is such a fun and easy way to look at it. We are creator and we can create everything in our life. And there is no limit. There is no rules. There is no all these things we have learned so much about. Maybe I'm not deserving to get it all, or maybe I'm not doing it right, and then I cannot manifest, and all this stuff. It is just story we have bought into. The universe is neutral, so it will only give us what we are telling, what we are choosing, what avatar we are choosing, what we believe. So when we are asking all the time, then we are not aware of our own creation. Then we are looking at the resource, and we will, of course, experience more looking because the outer world is always reflecting us. So when we are tapping into the world with the knowingness of who we are, when we know we are creating it all and we are choosing it all, so we can choose that powerful version we want. We can choose that life we want. We can choose to be healthy. We can choose to be wealthy. We can choose to be happy and do it and live, create a fun life. Because when we are choosing that, that is what we are broadcasting, because we are choosing it, and we are experience what we are choosing in every moment, because there is no time. It all is it's all now. We have been so programmed to think linear. We have been so programmed to think that I am here now, I have to do something to change, and then in the future I can manifest something into our life. But when we are choosing that, and when we are thinking that, and when we are buying into that, then we will always make a distance to what we want. So in that moment right now, we can choose who we want to be. And that is the most important part we really can be aware of, that it is in every moment. It is the version you are choosing to become in every moment. And when you are that version, then you cannot avoid to see the reflection in the outer world. And then I will talk about the next question, because that is about how can I really tap into that version of me when I'm physical, sitting in my job all day and doing something that I don't prefer. And that is such a good question, because it's really about knowing again who we are. We have chosen that version because we have been unaware. We have been unaware of our power. But in that moment, we are being aware, and when we are choosing something else, we are shifting. And I want to show you this paint today. When we look at, we are standing here, we can see, and just there is infinite version of this timeline. I have just made these, but that is to illustrate that you are standing here, and every time you are choosing, every time you have a new thought, every time you look at the reality, every time you are taking a new decision, you are changing frame all the time. You are changing timeline in every moment. So we are shifting in every moment to become another version of ourselves, to see different things in our reality. But we are choosing everything. But when we are not aware of it, we are just doing it. So we really need to know that there is infinite way of looking at reality and experience reality, and we are doing it in every moment. Just like a game, we are choosing who we want to be in every moment. And every time we are choosing who we want to be, we are shifting. And we are shifting in this instant moment, because there is only this instant moment all the time. And then we have to know that we are only creating our own bubble all the time, and that we only can see our version in this simulation, in this game. We can only see the reflection that we are choosing. So everything is just going around in our own bubble. So we can never see what is going on in others. And sometimes we are just so trained to ask other people, do you think that too? But that is their version of it. And I want to talk more about that in the next video. But it is always about what is going on inside you right now. It's only now. It's only now all the time. So when you are in a job and you are telling yourself, oh, now I am in a job I don't prefer, how can I be the version I do prefer? When you are doing that, you are creating this separation. You are creating that version that you are sitting in the job and you prefer to be another version. So it is just what that is going to be mirrored in this instant. So the things that we can do is to really choose who we want to be. You can choose it. And I want to share some video with Neville Garter, and all this teaching is so much about Neville Garter too. And I want to make a place when you can go back and look and listen to all his videos, because it is such a good inspiration too. But Neville Garter is always telling about, and that is the same like at all coaches. And we are talking about, do you have a goal? What is the best version of you? Where do you want to be? And that is the same I am talking about in the first module, because when you are starting to create the state of being you want to prefer, that version of you want to be, that is the same Neville Garter is talking about. Make this version of you prefer and jump to the end and stay there. And that is the way it is so important for us to really know that we have to jump to the end, jump to that version we prefer and stay there. Because everything is mirrored now. So when we are buying into the linear thinking, we are here now in a job we don't prefer, but we want to be over here in the version you do prefer. But if you are thinking linear, you are vibrating from here and thinking, now I am where I don't prefer, and I want to go over here. So when we are thinking in that linear terms, we will continue to get a reflection that we are not where we prefer to be. So it's all about how and what we can do to jump into that version of us we prefer and stay there. How does it feel to be that version of you? What are you thinking? What are you doing? And how does it feel? And in this moment, you can choose you want to be that person now. Even if you are sitting in a job and doing something that you don't prefer, you can choose to be that version. You can choose to say, I am stepping into that version of me now. And I am doing everything I can. I am starting to thinking like that version. I am starting to feel like that version. I am choosing to be that version now. And yes, I have something I have to do, but I am stepping into that version now. And when we are doing that, we are changing. We are changing our energy. We are changing our vibration. We are vibrating from a knowingness. It's not from a lack that I am a place I don't prefer right now. I want to be over here. But in that moment, when we have chosen, when we have said, I am that version now, I choose it. I am claiming it. I'm commanded it. This is who I want to be. This is the version I am being now. In that moment, you are broadcasting a totally other vibration, totally other frequency, and you have chosen it. No matter if you have doubt or feelings or on insecurity, or maybe you can feel it's not feeling right. Your mind is saying, oh, you are lying and all this stuff. But that is not the real you. The mind and your thoughts and your feeling is not the real you, but you are source. You are the creator. You are the I amness. I have talked about too. It's so important that you are the leader, that you know you are the leader and you are not the mind. So you are choosing everything, even if you have bad thoughts and bad feelings. You can choose to be that version. You can claim to be that version you and stay in the end. And that is often what people don't do. We're not being in the end because we cannot see some results, and then we are saying, oh, it doesn't work, and then we are back again. But we can jump to the end, stay in the end, be the version you prefer now. And you cannot avoid to see the change. Just do it, just choose it, and know that it is the way you are manifesting everything in your life. You are choosing everything. So jump to the end and stay there. And I think that was enough for this video, because otherwise it's going to be all too long. And see you in the next video.